1. When your cat licks you, do you know what they're actually saying? Most people just call it a cat kiss and move on. Cute, end of story. But behind that tiny tongue, there's something deeper that most owners miss. And if you misunderstand it, you can accidentally reward stress, miss a health clue, or turn a small habit into a bigger one. So pay attention, because by the end of this, you'll know what your cat is really trying to tell you and which kind of licking should make you stop and think. Music. Most people assume licking always means love. Here's the thing, sometimes it does, but not always in the way you think. 2. A lot of licking starts as social grooming. In cat language, grooming is bonding. It's how cats calm each other down, show trust, and say, "You're part of my group." When your cat licks your hand, your arm, or even your hair, they may be treating you like a safe member of their little social circle. That's why it often happens when they're relaxed, sleepy, or already snuggled up close. But behind that sweet moment, there's something deeper. To your cat, this isn't just random affection. It's a familiar ritual. A comforting one. And if you yank away or react like it's annoying every single time, your cat may get mixed signals. They wanted connection. They got rejection. That doesn't mean they'll stop loving you, but it can change how safe they feel being soft around you. So what do you do instead? Let the lick be brief. Give a slow blink. Gentle petting. Calm energy. If your cat likes grooming behavior, a soft brush can even become a better outlet. Quick faceless friendly shot idea. Close-up of a cat licking a hand, then a slow blink from the owner. But here's the next twist. Sometimes your cat isn't licking because they're emotional. Sometimes they're licking because you taste good. If this is helping, hit like and subscribe because the cat people who really want to understand their pets deserve to see this too. 3. Watch for this, because this is the mistake most owners do without realizing it. Your cat licks you, you laugh, you pet them harder, you talk in a baby voice. Maybe you even let them keep going for a full minute. It feels harmless. It feels sweet. But to your cat, that's a lesson. Most people don't see it, but cats learn fast what gets a reaction. If licking makes you focus on them, touch them, or reward them, your cat can start using licking like a button. Press here for attention. And that's when a cute little habit can turn into something constant. The hidden consequence is simple. You think you're enjoying affection. Your cat learns a strategy. And now they may lick more, lick harder, or even get a little nippy when they want the interaction to continue. Do this instead. Reward calm, not endless licking. If your cat starts licking for attention, stay relaxed. Pause the interaction for a moment, then give attention when they're calm again. That teaches them a better way to ask. And if you notice the licking shows up more when the house feels tense, that's not just habit. That's a clue. We'll come back to that because it matters more than most people realize. 4. Here's the thing. Licking can also be a self-soothing behavior. If your cat starts licking you more during changes in the home, after loud noises, around strangers, or when their routine gets messed up, they may be calming themselves down. Cats love predictability. When life feels weird, repetitive behaviors can become a coping tool. What does that mean from the cat's point of view? They're not necessarily saying, "I'm bored" or "I want kisses." They may be saying, "I feel off, and this helps me settle." That's a big difference. Because if you only read it as affection, you could miss the real problem underneath. The hidden consequence is that stress licking can become a loop. The cat feels tense, licks to cope, and then keeps relying on that behavior every time life gets unpredictable. In some cats, that same stress can show up as overgrooming, clinginess, hiding, or even a sudden change in eating. Do this instead. Keep routines steady. Offer hiding spots. Give them a quiet room if needed. Add short play sessions so they can release energy in a normal way. And if the licking feels sudden, intense, or comes with other behavior changes, consider a vet. Because sometimes stress is the obvious answer, and sometimes it's not. And that leads to something even more subtle. Your cat may be trying to make you smell like home. Most people assume scent is only about rubbing. But cats don't use one body part to build trust. They use a whole system. When a cat licks you, then rubs their cheek on you, then comes back for more, they're mixing familiar scents together. In cat world, smell is identity. It tells them what is safe, what belongs, and what feels known. So, what does your cat perceive when they lick you? Not just taste. Familiarity. Your skin, your scent, your routine, all of it becomes part of a stable little world they understand. That's why a cat may lick more after you've been outside, after a shower, or after you've changed soap, lotion, or laundry detergent. You smell different. They're trying to fix that. That's why a cat may lick more after you've been outside, after a shower, or after you've changed soap, lotion, or laundry detergent. You smell different. They're trying to fix that. The hidden consequence is that if you keep pulling away every time they try to rebuild that familiar scent connection, they may try again and again. Not because they're needy, but because the scent story still feels unfinished to them. Do this instead. Let them do a few licks if they're gentle, then give them a calm rub on the cheeks or chin where they usually like it. That reinforces the bond without encouraging non-stop licking. And pay attention to when it happens, because timing can tell you what the lick is really about. 5. Here's where most owners get surprised. Sometimes licking is a request. Not for love. For something else. Food. Play. Routine. Attention. If your cat licks you right before breakfast, right when you sit down, or right before bedtime, they may have learned that licking is part of a pattern that leads to something they want. In their mind, it works. You move. You look. You respond. The game begins. Most people miss this because the behavior looks gentle. But behind that gentle motion, there's a very practical cat brain at work. This is the button. This gets the result. If you misunderstand it, you might keep reacting without ever noticing the real cue your cat is giving you. The hidden consequence is frustration. Your cat keeps trying to communicate in the only way they think works. You keep guessing. Everybody loses. Do this instead. Build predictable routines. Feed on schedule when you can. Create a short play ritual before meals. If your cat licks for attention, teach a better habit like sitting calmly before you pet them. That gives them a clearer way to ask. And now, we have to talk about the one that shouldn't be ignored. Because sometimes the lick is not a habit. It's a message from pain. 6. This is the part one promised we'd come back to at the end. What if your cat suddenly starts licking you way more than usual? Or what if the licking changes from occasional to obsessive? Most people still think, they're just being affectionate. But here's the thing, sudden changes matter. Possible reasons can include stress, nausea, dental discomfort, mouth irritation, skin issues, or even a general feeling that something is off. Cats are experts at hiding problems, so a behavior shift can be one of the earliest clues you get. If your cat is also drooling, eating less, hiding more, licking a specific spot over and over, or acting unlike themselves, consider a vet. The hidden consequence of ignoring it is simple. You miss the early warning sign. And cats are far better at suffering quietly than most people realize. So, what does it really mean when your cat licks you? Sometimes it means trust. Sometimes taste. Sometimes stress. Sometimes routine. Sometimes a quiet plea. The point is, it's rarely meaningless. Watch for the pattern. Watch for the change. And don't just ask, why is my cat licking me? Ask, what changed around the licking? That's where the truth usually is. Because a cat's tongue isn't just a weird little habit. Sometimes, it's their way of saying, you matter to me. Please listen. If you want more cat behavior decoded in plain English, click the next video and keep learning what your cat has been trying to tell you all along.